Welcome back to Helping Humanity Evolve, y'all. My name is Jose. How's everybody doing today, man? Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Hope you guys are meditating and connecting the source. You know, we love you, we miss you. We want you to come home. You know what I'm saying? Quick shout out, man. Shout out to my subscribers. I love you, I mean. Shout out to Source. I love you, God. You hear me? Shout out to my ancestors. Shout out to my archangels, my angel gods, my demon gods, and my spirit gods. I love y'all, bro. Shout out to the universe. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. Shout out to Triple everything. I fucking love y'all, bro. Yo, so listen. it's it's Saturday. It's Saturday, August 30th. It's 4:11 a.m. Right? And I'm here, bro. I'm burning some palo, bro. Palo Santos, bro. Right? I'm cleansing the energy, bro. You know, I'm gonna cleanse y'all niggas too, bro. Y'all niggas need some cleansing, bro. Yo, what's good, my fellow idiot? Yo, what's up, Mr. Shadow? How you doing, bro? How you been, man? I'm gonna play a song for y'all, bro.
Connected to Yanguas S25 and Lenovo Tab N10 FHD Plus,
No.
Galaxy A155G, Yanguas S24 Ultra.
All right, look, I recorded this song this morning, bro. It's called Sleepy. It's called Sleepy. Check it out, bro. Everybody out there, listen, we got social media. We got the universe in the building. We got the universe in the building. We love that real quick with us, man. Y'all already know what this is, right? Let's go. Take it easy. I'm gonna go with the goals. This is the breeze, man. That's what the people are told. Give me sleep, man. We're gonna post y'all. Let's go. Take it easy. I'm gonna go with the goals. This is the breeze, man. That's what the people are told. Give me sleep, man. We're gonna post y'all. Let's go. You got a superstar. We're gonna number 3. You're the king of stars. We're the 23. No matter where you are, we enforce reality. It's bizarre, it's reality. Yo, these bars are originality. So I hear you start to say you're born to team. Yo, we get far. It's in duality. Yo, we at war. With the vaccine. Yo, so the door. We got vaccine. Mathematical core. The main attraction. Y'all know this over. We attraction. No, we can't go on. Please get the passion. Yo, more I need for distractions. The beginning team for your reaction. I don't need no my team. Can't track y'all. Let me go to the ego. Y'all see me trying to breathe. To make sure we everlasting. Yeah, it's dream. No more. I'm blasting. Losing to your enemy. I don't know what guys are going with a vanity. Man can't see this is guaranteed word. We already planted the seed. I'ma check the energy. This is what breathes me. Let's go. Give it a toast.
Battery low, please charge now.
Becoming like a melody, your course is weed, y'all let it take heat, meditation is free, so we can see, open this another version of what we want to lead, this is new universe, so I get the mission, this is the ambition, I'm a mission, I'm the definition, I can't more than shoot, but I look up at the stars, and I'm making my wishes, every season, every position, and I'm seeing the vision, give me the system, doctor can talk to us, because it really business, man, like it's rock, it's all this, is it real or not, yo, this is, but I'm gonna change the plot, because this is the story like why, man, yo, we just think about with the bar, you know, I'm hitting switches, something like the bar, you know, I'm a guy, always had ways, my mom, yo, check out my business, you already see how I'm a self-tech piece, this business, all over the end, this is, let's go, man. People are talking, let me see that. We're going coast to coast, y'all. Anybody here, buddy? Anyone with the sun here now? I love y'all, bro. Gotta have a hell yeah, bro. I've been great, bro. Just enjoying this life. That's good, bro. Gotta have breakfast. Hell yeah. Sounds excellent. Thank you, bro. I'm getting really good at chopping, bro. Listen, I'm becoming a chopper. Yo, listen, bro. I'm becoming a universal chopper, bro. This shit is insane, bro. I didn't know I could do that, bro. Listen, I didn't know I could do that, bro. I'm so happy, bro. You understand? My rapping is crazy, bro.
So you know, I'm having fun, bro. I recorded 3 songs today, bro. Right? I did a song called Hands, and then I did the remix. Right? I did Hands. I did a chopping version, and then I did like a slow version, like a regular version on a different beat, bro. And then I made that one. That one's called Sleepy. Right? I made that one. I made Hands, and then I made the Hands remix. I'm not gonna let y'all hear that yet, though. Mr. Shadow, if you go on my SoundCloud, I'll be dropping music on there, bro. Like what I'm starting to do is I'm just dropping like little, like if I make a video, I'll drop a clip. Like I'll make a clip. You know what I'm saying? Like a 2 minute clip, and I'll release that on the gram and YouTube and shit, and then I'll put the full song on SoundCloud. So if people want to listen to the full song, they can go to SoundCloud. For now, my music is completely free, bro. For now, bro. Right? I'm working on getting it monetized. I got like 3 albums that I can monetize right now, bro. So you know, I gotta get everything in order, bro, because everything's not in order. You know, nothing's in order, bro. I just be rapping. I just be rapping, bro. I be having fun, bro. I'm making mad music. I got mad music, bro. Uh, so yeah, I wanted to come live, bro, because I wanted to talk about. I was listening to the message, right, and I said, "Fuck, bro. You know, this is a really good message, bro, and you know, I want to share this message with you guys." So before we get into the message, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the message, right? Now, there's this energy that's coming to the planet that you know it's how you say it, bro? It's not a UFO. Look, all right. It's a UFO. This is gonna be hard to explain, bro. It's a UFO, but it's not a UFO. It's not, bro. It's energy, but it's a being. It's a living, breathing being. It's just they said that the way the body is, it's part machine and it's part uh, organism, right? So it's part machine, part organism. So this is the way this entity was created, and what this entity does is it brings energies to you know to places where it's needed. And what it's bringing to Earth is the ascension energy. It's bringing us ascension energy to help us ascend. It knows what's going on here, and it's helping us ascend, bro. Okay, so with that said, they're gonna get into deep detail about this energy, and they're gonna tell you about it a lot more than I can because I only heard briefly about it, right? You know, I listened to the message, and like halfway through, I stopped it, and I was like, you know what? Let me go do it live, right? Because this is a really good message. So, with that said, they broke down a lot of different things about alien contact, about what we need to be doing and what we should be trying to do. You understand? So I'm gonna speak on a few things because you know I have these beliefs that I created myself. You understand through my experiences. So if you guys remember, man, maybe like 2 years ago, I told you guys I morphed into a UFO, Mr. Shadow. You remember I told you I morphed into a UFO, bro. I said this, bro. I said I morphed into a UFO. I believe that my body is a UFO. You understand? And I believe that I've done this. I've done this 3 times. You understand me? So with that said, what she was saying, what they were saying was that we should get together in groups of 3, and we should meditate in groups of 3, right? And one person is going to hold the intent. One person is going to be the witness, and one person is going to. Okay, it's no one. It's one person speaks the intent, one person is the witness, and I forgot what I completely forgot. But they talk about it in the message. They talk about it, bro. But what they're saying is that when you do this and you connect your 3 energies and you're doing it with purpose, with these, like each person has a task, bro. Each person has to be dedicated wholly and fully to this task with their heart and mind. You understand? So if you do this, they said if the three of you can do this, and maintain this practice, you can alternate roles. They said you alternate roles infinitely, bro. But they said once you learn how to do that, you tap into this energy that it's profound. That's all I can say. It's profound, bro. It's profound, bro. Right. So I successfully did this without two people. I did this shit by myself, bro. You understand? But the way to do it is with three people. It's with three people, bro. And that's what they try to teach us. They try to teach us how to do that. Another thing that they was teaching us was about our emotions. And I talk about this a lot. I talk about our emotions a lot, bro, because self-mastery requires you to master your emotions. You understand? And mastering emotions means mastering your thoughts, because your thoughts activate your emotions. You understand? So you have to learn the process of how this shit works, so that you can learn to master these aspects of yourself, bro. Because this is how you learn how to control yourself, bro. Intent, grounding. They say love or something. It's intent, witness, and the third one, bro. It's right at the tip of my tongue, bro. I completely forgot, bro. But I just heard it on the message, bro. So we're gonna hear it again, bro. And they're gonna break it down for you, bro. I'm just giving you a brief description of it's the shit. Cause I've been talking about this for years, bro. And to hear this information coming from a different source, for me, I mean, I'm already solidified in my beliefs, bro. You understand me? Nothing could break my beliefs, bro. Nothing could break my beliefs, bro. You understand that? But to be able to share with you, these experiences or these teachings from a different source, bro. From a different source other than myself. It's coming from me. But remember, I gave you guys experiences before I gave you this message, bro. So, if we can get this connection, you guys can see that, what I'm telling you is truth, bro. You understand? So we was talking about self-mastery. Right? And they were saying how the universe amplifies your feelings and emotions. They amplify it. However you feel, they amplify your intent, bro. And it doesn't matter if you're feeling sad or mad. If that's how you feel, they're gonna amplify it because that's how it works. You understand? They said, look at the universe like a neutral energy. It's like a neutral energy. It's always neutral, but it's always looking out for the highest interest of everyone, bro. It's not looking for the highest interest of just one person or just one thought that you have. It's looking out for the interest of everyone, but it's neutral. So with that said, when you pray to the universe or to God, whatever you want to call it, bro, when you pray to this neutral energy and you ask for things, if you're not asking for things for the greater good of everyone, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to get granted, bro. And if it does, it's a miracle for you, bro. You should be very grateful. You understand? But the way the energy works is always neutral, bro. And, it wants to uplift everyone, not just you. You know what I'm saying? But it will help you. It will guide you. You understand? But you have to know how to talk to it. You have to know how to ask for things, too. Because, there's a way to doing this shit, bro. I'm learning, bro. Because, I'm not where I need to be, but I'm learning the system. I'm learning it, bro. You understand? I understand what they say, bro. I understand everything they say. I could break it down to where you can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this information will fly right over your head, bro. If you don't got somebody who could go, hold on, bro, this means this means that. You know what I'm saying? This means this. The shit they talk about is mine. The shit they talk about, listen to me, bro. It came from the Palladians. This message came from the Palladians. The shit that they talk about that's coming is a living, breathing thing. Now, with that said, I gave you guys an experience that I had when I morphed into a UFO. And she just told us that we get in groups of 3. We can create, listen to me, we can create, what do you call it? A UFO. We can create a UFO. Everyone plays a part. Everyone controls a part of the UFO. You hear me, bro? Like, this shit is real. This shit works, bro. So I did this by myself. I didn't do this with 2 other people. Or maybe I did, right? Because I had my cats and I had the universe. So I wasn't alone, even though physically I was alone. But presence, I had the whole universe. I had, and my cats, right? So maybe that counts as 3. I don't know. But either way, I was able to have the experience, bro. So they solidify that, for you, not for me, because I already know. So they solidified it for you, and they gave us ways to practice, how to do these things and what we should focus on while we're practicing, bro. So I think this is important information for everyone to have, for everyone to know. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, that's another reason why I came live. I haven't been coming live much, bro. I stopped going live so much, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm stopping what I'm doing. It's just that I need to focus more on getting where I want to be so that I can get more people to see me, because social media is not working out. I need to get bigger. I need to have a bigger platform than this. This is not working for me. I need to make it so that they can't control who sees me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that. And when I do, then I'll go live every day, bro. I'll go live every day, bro. I'll be like the news, bro. I'm gonna be like the news, right? I'm gonna bring you the universal news, bro. So another topic I wanted to touch on was witchcraft, because I touched briefly on witchcraft in my last live, right? But I didn't really dig into the topic the way I wanted to. So I was thinking about it today, right? And I was like, I really should talk about this, man, because, you people, listen to me. First and foremost, you people are disrespectful. Very, very fucking disrespectful, right? And 2 is what you're doing is wrong and you still do it. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care who I am. You don't give a fuck who I am, right? You're just going to keep doing it. It doesn't bother me, bro. I know what you're doing. I know who you are. I know. Everything that's important, I'm aware of. Now, here's what I'm trying to get at, is that there's no law against witchcraft in this world. So people run amok in this motherfucker doing whatever the fuck they want with no consequences. I see that as a big fucking problem. That's a huge problem, bro. So with that said, we're creating a system for you. Because for the people who like to practice stupid shit, you're going to have consequences moving forward, bro, because people like me can see you. I just want all of you to know, people like me can see you, bro. And I don't need proof. Nigga, for what? I already know what you're doing. I already know. I'm tapped into the all. I'm tapped into the all, bro. I can see your heart. I can see your heart from a mile away, bro. So with that said, we're going to have some new jurisdictions out here, bro. We're going to have some new laws. We're going to have some new everything, because there's going to be consequences for your actions, bro. All that shit about hiding behind closed doors, thinking you're going to get away with this shit. Hell to the fuck no, you ain't. Hell no, you ain't. None of y'all getting away with nothing. Nothing, bro. Moving forward, nigga, we're going to have a system just like they got police, bro. Just like they got police, bro. We're going to have people looking for witches. You understand? You want to be out there doing stupid shit, bro? Huh? We gonna find a way to deal with y'all, bro. You understand? But I just want y'all to know that we coming, bro. We coming, bro. You understand? You're not getting away with nothing, bro. I'm letting y'all know now because I'm giving you time to repent. I'm giving all of you time to repent, bro. God forgives. God loves you, bro. God will forgive you, bro. And as long as he forgives you, I forgive you, bro. You understand? I forgive you regardless. Because it's not me you got to answer to, bro. It's my Father you got to answer to, bro. I'm just letting you know that I see it and we're going to combat it, bro. You understand? We're going to create a law for y'all, bro. Because if y'all want to, bro, if we go to jail for doing, for trying to survive out here, for trying to make it out here, and you motherfuckers get to go home and cast a spell That should be illegal. That should be illegal, nigga. If you trying to affect someone else's life, nigga, that's illegal, bro. That's illegal. You're violating universal laws, bro. You understand me? You're violating universal laws, bro. Spiritual laws, bro. You're not supposed to interfere with no one's life, bro. Never. You understand me? So that's what we're doing, bro. It's coming. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming, bro. Watch what you say, whoever you are, bro. You don't know me, bro. I'm just gonna let you know, right? Be respectful. So that's another thing I wanted to touch on, because people running around this bitch thinking that they master, they some kind of witch master, right? Whatever you, who's a famous witch, bro? I don't know. I don't know any witches, bro. Right? But they running around here thinking that they could destiny spot with people, thinking that they could play with people's emotions, thinking that they could play with people's lives, bro. You understand? So with that said, bro, you know, we're gonna create something for them, bro. You know, God, I already spoke to God about this, bro. You understand me? So we, you know, this is coming, bro, because from moving forward, you know, if we're gonna protect people from crime, we're gonna have to protect them from invisible crime as well. And your government is aware of it, bro. They're just not letting you know that they know, because they're using crime against you. They're using invisible technology against you. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know that. You have no idea. But your government knows. And so do I, motherfuckers. Now I know too. And that's where you fucked up. Because now everybody know I'm telling everybody, nigga. Fuck out of here, bro. You better change your ways. Why do they gotta love? Why do they gotta have witches? Why have witches? No. You know, all witches is not evil witches, Mr. Shadow. I'm talking about the evil ones, the ones that want to steal, the ones that want to manipulate, the ones that want to have control. Those are the ones that we're going to punish. I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to burn them at the stake like they did back in the days. But we are going to put them in jail just like everybody else, nigga. Y'all going to jail. You ain't going to get away with nothing, bro. If I catch you, it's over, bro. You better stop. You better stop. I got a long list, bro. I got a long list, bro. Listen to me, bro. Soon as I'm able, nigga, we having court, bro. As soon as I'm able, nigga, we having court, bro. Right? But people are gonna learn, bro. You know, you guys are gonna respect the Father, bro. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about my Father, God, bro. You know, you guys are gonna learn to respect God, bro. You know, one way or the other, bro. So, with that said, not all witches are bad witches. Some, we have light witches too. You know, you don't hear about them much. You don't see them much because they're just raising the vibration. They're just focusing on raising the vibration, bro. They're not worried about you and me. They're not worried about, you know, I want to steal what he got going on, right? They're not doing that. Right? So we're not worried about you. You understand? You with us. So, you know, you're protected all the way through, bro. You know, I'm talking about the ones who, you know, the stupid ones. I'm talking about the stupid ones. yo, I wrote a song called So There's That. It's called So There's That, bro. Yo, wait till you hear it, bro. This shit is hilarious, bro. It's called So There's That, bro. I wrote it tonight, bro. I'm gonna record it tomorrow, or maybe, yeah. I think I'm gonna record it when I wake up, bro. Because I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep and wake up, and then I'm gonna record, and then I'm gonna go on my journey, bro, and see what's going on. I'm gonna go see what's going on up there, bro. So what else, bro? All right. Another thing I was talking about, my last slide was how I was telling old boy how we was on the Truman Show and how everything is being watched, right? How every moment is being watched, right? And I was explaining how it don't matter, if you're, yo, bro, listen to me. I don't care if you lock yourself in a safe, bro, and bury yourself 1,000,000 feet underground, bro. You understand me? You're not by yourself, bro. You're not by yourself. You're up on somebody's movie screen. You understand? And you got people that's paying, or whatever realm they in, if they gotta pay, or maybe they don't gotta pay. But they're watching you, bro. They're watching you. Right? Why did he go so far? Why did he put himself in the safe? Tune into the next episode of whoever you are, because that's your, you know what I'm saying? This is reality for you. Now, what they give us in the message, they were talking about the Akashic records. And they were saying how once you learn how to tap into the Akashic records, you don't have a need to write down any, huge events that occur anymore, because it's a vibration. Everything that happens is a vibration. So with that said, everything is stored in the Akashic records. The future, the past, the present, anything you need to know is in there. You understand me? So with that said, listen to me. With that said, if the Akashic records exists, right, and it has all this information that you can access, the past, the present, the future, you understand me? And it records everything. Listen to me. It records everything. What more can I say? It records everything. Do you not understand what that means, bro? Can anyone explain to me what that means, bro? The time in Seattle was actually on cue. I was asking for a sign after my best friend was killed in Milwaukee. What the hell are you talking about, Kendrick? What the hell? How has your day been? My day was cool, bro. It was all right, bro. I just got home, bro. I recorded 3 songs this morning. I wrote 2 more. I got 2 more written, or I'm working on writing, and I'm growing, bro. I'm growing, bro. I'm talking about seeing a UFO. All right, so let me reread it, bro. The time in Seattle was actually on cue. I was asking for a sign after my best friend was killed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin by a police officer. That's fucked up, bro. I'm talking about seeing a UFO, unmanned aircraft. All right, so Kendrick, welcome, bro. It's good to have you, and thank you for participating, bro. Okay, UFOs, bro. UFOs. You have variants of UFOs, right? The United States government has created their own aircraft that mimic UFOs, or they have their own version of UFOs, because they cannot mimic an actual UFO. An actual UFO requires us, bro. You understand? So they can't recreate that. We have to do that. They can't do that. So they're creating these aircraft out of other aircraft that they're getting from other realms, or from fallen aircraft that pass through here, right? So if they're able to shoot down a UFO, then they can get whatever the elements, or learn how to rebuild it. Like, they take it apart and they put it back together, right? They reverse engineer it, right? So they created their own versions, bro, and they fly them through the skies. They do all types of shit, bro. And this is how people get footage, sometimes, or a lot of this debunked videos that I see on Reddit. A lot of that is purposely done. It's purposely done, bro. They do it on purpose. They want you to see it. They want you to go, look at this, guys. They want it to be a big topic, right? And then the ones that are real, the ones that show you the fucking star morphing into different shapes and colors and all this shit, bro, that's a real star, bro. And if you saw the UFO that did that, the UFO that was morphing into different shit when it was shooting across the screen, that was real, bro. But you know, you got so many fake ones, so many fake videos floating around that you would question that one too, and go, that's probably just another fucking fake one because of how much bullshit they put into the collective. You know what I'm saying? Out over the years, bro. You know, they watered it down so much. You guys don't know what's real from fake. You know, they got all these new AI videos, AI generated. Holy fuck, bro. These videos look real. You understand? But you're playing with the AI, you know. They don't want you to get smarter. So they're gonna keep going. Hey, talk to the AI. Talk to the AI. Tell the AI your ideas. Tell the AI. Because they don't want you to tap into your own, nigga. You have your own. You are the AI, bro. Tap into your own motherboard, nigga. That's Source. Source is your brain, bro. Source is your brain, bro. Source knows everything. Source knows all, bro. You understand? But they don't want you to tap into your brain, so keep going on your fucking phone, bro. Keep going on Google, bro. Keep learning from Google. When you don't need that shit. You don't need it, bro. And that's another thing they was talking about was your devices. They were saying, you know, they tried to recreate a lot of spirituality with physical items. You understand? You know, your device. They want you to depend on this for information. They want you to depend on this to communicate. They want you to depend on this for everything, bro. When you don't need it. You understand? Once you learn how to meditate and you connect to the all, nigga, you could feel what's going on. You could feel what's happening in your world, bro. You could communicate with people telepathically, bro. You understand? It opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. You understand? Because, yo, like, it's like I was saying, yo, when I be traversing dimensions, it's like playing a video game, bro. But it's me in there, bro. I'm not sitting on my fucking bed with a controller in my hand looking at the TV. No, nigga, I'm there, bro. Listen to me, I'm there, bro. And it's like I'm here. It's like it feels real, bro. You understand? So they don't want you to learn that. No, nigga, they want you to go buy a PlayStation 5, bro. Go buy a PlayStation 5, bro. Don't meditate, bro. We don't want you to immerse yourself in there. Don't immerse yourself in there. Don't do that. Right? Don't learn what you are, bro. You're multidimensional, nigga. You don't need to buy video games, nigga. You are the video game. You can create realms and worlds and all type of shit and go explore them, bro. You can create beings, bro. How's this tweaker? Look at this nigga. Your mama, bro. I was completely sober all 3 times as well. I was always the type that could tap into my conscious state. That's dope. That's dope, bro. So that means you probably seeing high vibrational shit, bro. Listen, guys, look, if you're gonna chill, that's cool, but be respectful, bro. If you start saying stupid shit, bro, I'm gonna kick you out, bro. So let's keep it respectful, right? I love everybody, bro. So, Kendrick, you probably saw a real UFO, bro, from what you're saying, bro. Because let me tell you something, bro. I did mushrooms about 3 weeks ago. And, you know, I don't know if you ever did mushrooms before, bro. But I did like 7 grams, right? I did 7 grams. So I was completely obliterated for like 6 hours straight, bro, right? So I was gone, bro. Listen to me. I was gone, bro. And when I came back, I sat outside, right? I said, let me sit outside, bro. I rolled me a blunt. I went outside, bro, and I laid on the beach chair. And I started looking at the stars, bro. I started looking at the sky, bro. And I was seeing a lot of things that I can't explain. I really can't explain it, bro. But did I see it? Fuck yeah, I seen it, bro. Are you out of your fucking mind, bro? I wish somebody sat with me, bro. I really wish somebody sat with me, bro. Nigga, do you see that, bro? Do you fucking see it, bro? I even took out my phone and recorded and I didn't get shit, bro. I didn't get shit, bro. Right? I can't prove nothing, bro. Are aliens real? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. True story. My stepfather was a Navy man and he saw a lot of shit. So as a kid, he gave me a lot of books about UFO sightings and that's dope. That's dope as shit, bro. Aliens are cool. Unlike them demon shits. Hello, yo, welcome everybody, welcome. Listen to me. If you guys are unaware of who I am, my name is Yahweh, bro. Right? I'm the second coming, bro. These are my people. But listen to me. These are us. This is us, bro. In the future, this is the future versions of us, bro. This is what we evolve into, right? A lot of people don't understand the concept of this, bro. You are the aliens. The aliens are you. So when you see aliens in the sky, real ones, I'm not talking about these fake ones. When you see real aliens that come here, they're trying to help us, bro. They're coming back in time to help us, bro. You understand? This is why the government shoots them down and takes them hostage, bro, because they don't want them to help you, bro. They don't want them to help you at all, bro. I saw one of them silver orbs in my hometown. I'm new here. Okay. We evolve into green niggas. Not necessarily green, bro. You know, there's different, you know how you got gray ones? You got gray ones, right? You got gray ones, you got green ones, you got blue ones, you got purple ones, you got pink ones, bro, you got black ones, you got white ones, you name it, you got it. It just depends on where did you come from in the galaxy, bro? What world are you from, bro? What species are you from? You gotta remember, Earth is like New York City, bro. They put all these different life forms into these containers, bro. So all of us come from different places, but we're not all the same. We're all different, bro. You understand? Now, they divided you by race. They said, you're Puerto Rican, you're black, you're Dominican, you're white, you're Mexican, but that's bullshit, bro. You're a fucking orb from a planet, bro. What planet are you from, bro? What galaxy you came from, bro? Because that orb is going to determine what you morph into, bro. You understand? But we don't know that. We have to tap into the Akashic records and figure this shit out, bro. But, this is real shit, bro. Me and my cousin saw the orb together right before it shot straight up and disappeared. This is us. Said hi. But look, these is facts, bro. If you ever saw Alienation, look, I know a lot of people, especially people that's probably here now, never even heard of the fucking show, bro. But look, if you get a second, bro, go on YouTube and just type in Alienation, bro, and look at the old TV series and just check it out, bro. Look at how the aliens look, bro. Look at how their faces look, bro. Listen to me. We morph into them shits, bro. And, depending on where you're from, it's going to determine what you morph into, bro. It's going to determine what you shape into. It's going to determine a lot of things. But also, your belief has a big play in that too, bro. So you got to understand what you believe you are is what you become, bro. So if I believe I'm a little green alien, I'm going to become a little green fucking alien because I believe it, bro. So just think about that for a second, bro. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Absolutely, bro. Please do, bro. I'll be happy to have you, bro. I'm happy to have everyone, bro. All I know is the crackhead. All right, it's your mama, bro. We've been lied to for years. The government knows the truth. That's why they hide things in Antarctica, the pyramids in Egypt, Atlantis, ancient civilizations that existed before us. Absolutely, bro. Your name is no one. Your name is no one. But you're right, bro. Supervillain. You and I will be dead before we. All right, so that's where we differ in our beliefs, bro. Supervillain. I'm immortal. Good luck, bro. I wish God bless you, bro. But I'm not dying anytime soon, bro. I got 25,000 years to live, bro. Weed helped me to connect to aliens. Shit was lit. Nice, bro. Real spill at no one. So, the government knows, look, the government knows exactly what we are. They know because we're in a prison, bro. We're in a prison. So they got to maintain the prison. They got to maintain the prisoners. Well, what's the best way to maintain the prison and the prisoners is to create the illusion of freedom, bro. Make everybody think they're free. But you know what? Make them pay for their fucking cells, bro. So, you sitting here paying to live on a planet you're supposed to fucking be creating on. Nigga, you created this planet. You're supposed to be creating here, bro. You're not supposed to be paying to live here, bro. What the hell is going on here, bro? What happened here, bro? But the government knows exactly what's going on here, bro. That's why, that's why not many people know me yet, bro. Because, I've been doing this for almost 3 years, bro. You're telling me a million people haven't seen me yet? Nigga, my information is valid, bro. My information is valid, bro. How come nobody know me, bro? That's your government at work, bro. That's your government at work, bro. So, sounds like bots. I mean, it could be, bro. Exactly. So look, what I was saying, right, is think about this, bro. Listen to me. I want you guys to understand what I'm telling you, bro. The Akashic Records. Listen to me. The Akashic Records holds everything in existence. Listen to me. It holds all the information in existence. It knows everything that happens. It knows everything that happened. And it knows everything that's going to happen. Do you understand me? So with that said, do you really think you're alone when you're alone? Nigga, listen to me, bro. Do you really think you're alone when you're alone, bro? No, nigga, the Akashic Records is there watching you, bro. Nigga, they're watching you, bro. What are you doing? And this is for everyone on the planet, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. You can't just casually claim. I just did, bro. I just did. And that's the problem, is that you guys think that your beliefs and my beliefs are totally different, bro. Totally different, bro. I already met God. I already talked to God, nigga. I know what I am. I am energy. Energy does not die, bro. Energy does not die. It transitions, bro. You understand me? It transitions, bro. But with that said, once you understand that, you are energy and you don't die. You just transfer. Right? You can activate certain parts of your body that deem you immortal, bro. Do you understand that Darth lived to be 25,000, bro? He used to change his vessel. Bro. How we change clothes, nigga. They say he changed his vessel every 5,000 years, bro. You understand me? So you telling me that man wasn't immortal, bro? He lived to be 25,000, bro. Holy shit, bro. You telling me I'm not immortal? You better do some research. You better meditate, buddy. You better unlock your abilities. Because I'm fucking immortal, bro. Are you kidding me? Bro, you know why life is precious, bro? Do you know why life is precious, bro? Because where we come from, we don't have the ability to touch. Where we come from, we don't have the ability to touch, bro. We don't have the ability to feel. We don't have the ability to smoke a blunt. We don't have the ability to take a shower. We don't have the ability to record ourselves talking on the phone, bro. We don't have the ability to show people, hey, I'm here. Hey, look at me, bro. Right? Back home, we're just energy. Back home, we're energy, bro. We're just like air. We're air. You understand? That's why life is precious, bro. Understand that, bro. I'm a pretty intelligent person. My favorite subjects were chemistry and physics. And I'm not into Scientology shit. I definitely know the difference between space debris, comets, and meteorites, etc. Good shit, bro. Hey, you smoke hash? Nah, bro. I don't smoke hash, bro. I smoke weed, bro. I smoke weed, bro. THC, bro. I got flour and I got a cart, bro. You want to see my cart? Look at this. I got this fucking, it looks like a vape, right? But it's not a vape, bro. It's a fucking weed pen, bro. You understand? But it looks like a vape, bro. But, this shit is dope, bro. But nah, I don't smoke no hash, bro. The only thing I do right now is marijuana. I smoke marijuana and I do mushrooms, bro. I don't do mushrooms every day. I still got a little bit of DMT. I haven't been fucking with the DMT, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like the DMT, bro. I don't like it, bro. That shit is it's too crazy for me, bro. It hits too hard. It hits too hard, too fast, bro. You understand? And for me to sit there and just be like, holy fuck, bro. Bro, that's terrifying, not having the ability to touch, feel, or communicate. No, I'm not saying communicate. Like, we talk with telepathy, bro. We talk with telepathy. But as far as, look, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think that where we're from is worse. Where we're from is way better than here, bro. It's way better than here, bro. You understand me? The stuff that I experienced, nigga, we could fly. Nigga, yo, bro, we could fly. We don't gotta take no baths. We don't gotta take no showers. We don't gotta eat. Nigga, we don't gotta do none of that shit, bro. But yeah, we hang out and we fly together. Like we do shit together, bro. I was hanging out with I don't even know what they was. They was orbs, bro. We was orbs, bro. We was orbs. But we was talking, nigga. We was laughing. We was having fun, bro. But you know, as far as being able to like, you know, go talk to a female, you know, nah, bro, we energies, bro. We energies, bro. There's no male or female. We just energies, bro. You understand? So you ain't gonna slide off with another orb and, you know, go do something because you can't touch each other. There's no way to do it. However, mentally you can do a lot. We can do a lot mentally, bro. And this is where where all the magic happens is in your mind, bro. Once you learn how to control that, bro, listen to me, bro. You can have all these experiences and they'll feel real because, you know, you believe them to be real, bro. You understand? It's hard to explain, bro. I never had mushrooms. What's it like to be on? I'll tell you right now, bro. Smoke slower. Smoke slower. What you mean? I could tell you're very intelligent, bro. There are definitely other life forms that exist, and a lot of skeptics have been convinced. Just fly around in your macabre humans. How you know it's not a delusion? All right, so let's talk about this supervillain and baby space, and Kendrick is new. So here's the thing about me, bro. Here's the thing about me, bro. I was not firm on no beliefs growing up. I had to see some shit to believe some shit. So I always prayed, but I never knew who I was praying to. I never understood it. I never, who's God, bro? I went to church. I never met God before, bro. Everybody talks about him. Everybody says we should worship him, but who is he, bro? He's supposed to help us. So no matter how many times I went to church, bro, I could not find this dude, bro. Where's God, bro? Where's God, bro? I'm looking for God, bro. I came here to find God. I cannot find this dude anywhere, bro. So how can I believe in somebody or something that no matter where I go, this nigga's not there, bro? This nigga's nowhere to be found, bro. You understand? So here's the thing. When I did mushrooms, and this is like I was 44 years old when this happened. I was 44 years old when this happened. I did mushrooms, and I learned that sounds have colors, bro. I never knew this shit, bro. But I was on mushrooms, and I'm looking at these fucking colors coming out of my television, bro. Like 3D, bro. And I don't got no 3D glasses on, bro. So I'm tripping, bro. How is there fucking colors coming out of my television, bro? So whatever. This led me to dig deeper. Because how is this possible, bro? So I dug deeper and I found God, bro. Listen to me, I found God, bro. And it's not no fucking delusion, bro, because listen to me, this is my 3rd year and I'm becoming magic. I am becoming magic. I can read your mind, bro. I can read people's minds. I can feel people's feelings. Bro, I know shit, bro. I know shit, bro. And it's because I'm connected to this bigger thing. This bigger fucking, it's beautiful, bro. It's the sun. God is the sun, bro. It's energy, bro. It's a big bowl of energy, bro. You understand? And it makes me feel loved, bro. I feel loved, bro. You understand? And when I need information, it gives it to me, bro. And I come live. Bro, if you guys are new, Kendrick, if you guys are new, you can go back. Bro, I got over 1,500 videos. I talk about aliens. I talk about God. I talk about spirituality. I'm trying to teach people how to connect to the thing I'm connected to. You understand? Because I'm connected to Christ consciousness, bro. And all of us can connect to it, bro. You understand? So with that said, this is evolution, bro. And when we all get connected to this shit, we're going to become these things, bro. Listen to me, we're gonna become these things. The world's gonna change, bro. It's gonna be a beautiful place, bro. We're gonna be intergalactic. We're not gonna have to stay here anymore. You know, we're gonna be able to go to these worlds, to these other places, bro. You know, they told you can't breathe in outer space. That's a lie, bro. It's a fucking lie, bro. What we call aliens, some of them have been living here longer than we have. Well, if you understand where we are, bro, if you understand where we are, then you would know that the other planets, you know, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, are actually next to us, bro. They're not up there. They're next to us, bro. they're a little fucking circle just like us, bro. But they're next to us, bro. They're not up there. You understand? So with that said, they've always been here. They've never left. They've always been here. They're from here, just like us. You understand? How familiar are you with Terrence McKenna? The name sounds familiar, bro, but I can't like speak on exactly who he is. Actually, I can look him up real quick, bro. The name sounds familiar, bro. But to be honest with you, no. You know what's going on, bro. I got to this point, and I got to this point in my spiritual journey where I was instructed to stop listening to people. So you know, the only message I'm allowed to receive is the one I give. Is the one I give you guys. And besides those messages, I don't watch nobody, bro. I don't watch nobody, bro. But I used to watch Dolores Cannon. I used to watch Billy Carson. I used to watch Rashad Jamal. I used to watch, this is an old video, bro, like from the 80s, bro. I forgot his name. He's a really famous guy for aliens, bro. But I used to watch a lot of his stuff too, bro. You understand? Oh, well, all right. So you calling him the pioneer of psychedelics. I'm the psychedelic king, bro. Or I'm claiming to be the psychedelic king. Now, I don't have knowledge. I don't have knowledge of psychedelics to where I'm a mycologist. I'm not a mycologist. However, I am a pro at consuming, at consuming and at controlling myself on these mushrooms, and I can traverse dimensions and retrieve information while I'm on these mushrooms. You understand me? So with that said, I can declare myself the king of psychedelics because I get information that no one else can retrieve because I go within, bro. I get it from within. And you know, the psychedelics do help me, bro. So maybe I have to watch him and learn what he knows, bro. I'm gonna check him out, bro. I'm gonna check him out because he might be able to teach me some things. But I did reach a point where I was instructed to stop watching people. I'm not allowed to watch people, bro. I'm only allowed to listen to God, bro, or whatever you want to call it, the universe, you know, whatever. I'm connected to it, and this is why I give my lives before I give you the message. A lot of times I give you my life before I give you the message, and you know, a lot of times my personal experiences go really hand in hand with these fucking messages, bro. And you know, I can't tell you, I can't explain it. All I could do is just continue to do it how I do it because, you know, it blows me away, bro. You should watch Fear and Loathing. It has Vegas. Oh, okay. Oh, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think I saw that, bro. Ain't nothing good from Watch TV. That's very, very true, bro. Absolutely true, bro. What's your opinion on ego? That's a good question, bro. Thank you for that question, bro. Ego's a motherfucker, bro. You know, a lot of us have ego without knowing we have ego, bro. And that's the problem, is that you know, we're so oblivious to how nonchalant we act sometimes, and you know that's the ego on full blast, bro. And you have to really know yourself and be able to bring yourself down to a level to where you put your ego in its place, bro, before somebody else does, right? Because somebody else will, bro. But you need to learn how to do that yourself, bro, because that's part of self-mastery, bro. And I can be honest with you and tell you I have not completely mastered my ego. I'm working on it, bro, because that's a hard one, bro. Your ego is hard, bro, especially when you were groomed. We were trained to obey our egos, bro. Nigga, they trained you to obey your ego, bro. And you got to control that shit, bro. So imagine having to reverse everything you were taught, bro. And this is what this is one of the things we're up against. But I can do it. And if I can do it, that means you can do it, bro. You understand? Which means everyone can do it, bro. So that means we can break the chains. We can break these chains, bro. Are you a witness? A witness to what, bro? Yeah, it fucks with my peace. It takes work, bro. It takes work. And you have to talk to your ego. Now, that's a practice, people won't do, or maybe people's ego won't allow them to, because they'll go, well, how do you look talking to yourself? You're not, you look crazy. That's your ego. That's your ego. So your ego, shut the fuck up. You understand? So your ego, sit the fuck down and listen for a fucking minute, bitch. You understand? Control your ego, because that's the problem, is you letting your ego tell you what to do. And as long as you're going, well, I'm not going to do that, then guess what? Your ego's winning, bro. Your ego's winning and you're losing, bro, because you're letting your ego get the best of you, bro. What's on your walls? Do you think ego should be obliterated or integrated? It should be integrated, bro. You can't obliterate aspects of yourself that you need. Your ego taught you a lot, bro. Listen to me, whether you like it or not, your ego taught you a lot. So with that said, you just got to control it. Just like you control how you learn how to control your emotions. You got to learn how to control your happiness, your sadness, your anger. You got to learn how to control all this, your pain. So once you learn how to control these and not let them control your emotions, once you know how to control these, you have to learn how to put your ego in there too. Stick your ego in there. Now you can control your ego too. You understand? It's part of self-mastery, bro. But you don't obliterate them. You can't obliterate them. You have to integrate them. You have to, bro. And you have to make them part of your growth. But, I mastered that. That was something that used to control me. But I mastered it, bro. And that's something that takes work. It's not something you're going to do overnight. It's like they were saying, like, I'm still fucking vaping. I'm still trying to quit vaping, bro. And it's very difficult for me, bro. And that's another thing they were saying. Sometimes you have to have some dramatic things happen in your life in order for you to make changes that you really need to make, because you can't just decide one day that you're going to stop doing something and it's just going to happen, because it doesn't work like that, bro. And that's fucked up to hear, but it was truth for me, bro. And it's like, goddamn. So what do I have to look forward to? Because what's going to make me quit this, bro? Right? I want to be able to do it on my own, bro. But they're saying it has to be bigger. Like, ego can't even let you enjoy the stuff you already have. That's the thing. Ego wants you to want more. Ego wants you to believe you need more. And you don't. You really don't need anything. When it comes down to it, we was talking about, I was thinking about this, right? How we say you can't pay me monopoly money. People go, you can't, monopoly money's fake, yada, yada, yada. All right, well, check this out, bro. United States dollar is fake, bro. That shit is printed out of a machine, bro. Just like the monopoly money, bro. This is fake, bro. And yet you think it's real. Why do you think it's real? Why is that real? Why is that money more valuable than monopoly money? It's made out of the same paper. It's made out of the same paper, bro. But you believe one to be real, bro. You believe it, bro. And guess what? They use that against you. So guess what? Since you believe it, nigga, you owe me money, bro. You owe me money, bro. Now you gotta pay for this. Oh, you like doing that? You're gonna pay for that too. And that's what they do, bro. Oh, you like to do that? We're gonna find a way to charge you to do it. We're gonna charge them, bro. They wanna go swimming? Let them pay for parking, bro. You understand? You gotta pay for everything, bro. The minute they find out you like doing it, bro, they're gonna find a way to make you pay, bro. And you're not supposed to pay for nothing, bro, because it's inside of you already. It's already there, bro. And I'm trying to bring this to earth. I'm trying to bring this to earth, right? Because you guys are unaware that we're capable of doing these things. You only know of the Fantastic Four, the Marvel superheroes, Superman, Batman. You know of Iron Man. You know of the superheroes that were brought to you on television. What have you seen in front of your face, bro? What have you seen in front of your face, bro? Have you ever really seen somebody fly? Have you ever seen somebody disappear? Have you ever seen somebody just make shit pop up right in front of your face, bro? Out of thin air, bro. You understand? That's a real God. A real God can do that, bro. And guess what we are? Guess what we are, bro? It's just a matter of preparing the body. Preparing the body, which is why we got to fight all these vices. We have to fight everything that's against us. Remember, food, water, all this shit is poison, bro. They poison everything so that your body doesn't activate. Because if your body activates, guess what? They can't control you no more, bro. They lose control over you, bro. And once you activate, nigga, then holy fuck, we can't stop him. Guess what I'm gonna do? Or whoever. We're gonna teach everybody else how to do it, bro. You know, we're going to get pure sovereignty out this bitch, bro. We're not supposed to have no government. We're supposed to govern ourselves. That's the truth for you, bro. Doesn't the eye of God make you feel schizophrenic? No, it doesn't, bro. Real money is not monopoly money. It's real world. It has real world consequences. But I don't want it inside of me. Bro needs to lay off the shrooms. Listen, if you don't believe in God, man, you need to find him, bro. Right? Don't worry about the mushrooms. Worry about God, bro. You understand? The mushrooms guided me to God, bro. You understand? And with that said, my whole show is about God, bro. So if you can't get with that, bro, you should leave. You understand? Maybe you got more growing up to do, bro. God bless you, though, bro. You know, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. You understand? But as far as the mushrooms, bro, I highly encourage them, bro. I highly encourage them. You should try them one day, bro. You understand? You're being very critical of something you have no idea what you have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Mushrooms are not intoxicants, bro. So understand that mushrooms are medicine. You know how they just discovered over, the last 5 years maybe, that marijuana is medicine for people. It really helps people. You understand? So they made it legal. Now, what you don't know is that mushrooms is medical as well. And it really helps your mental. It really helps your mental, bro. But it also shows you reality, bro. You understand? So with that said, mushrooms is medicine, bro. It's not intoxicants, bro. It's medicine, bro. So do some more research and learn. You should learn because it's really good. It's really good for therapy, bro. Maybe he needs to hear more so you can share God with him. Yeah, absolutely, bro. I've had mushrooms. It was terrifying and helpful at the same time. Listen to me, bro. You're not lying, bro. And that's the thing you have to understand, bro. You have to get through that initial shock and the initial fear, because that's what it is. It's fear, and it's overcoming you. So when you go on these journeys and you see these demons and you see these shadows and they scare the shit out of you, you have to overcome these fears, bro. This is why they're putting them in your face, bro. You understand? But a lot of people don't know that. So they take these journeys, they see a demon, they run, they never want to go back again. Hell no, that was scary, bro. Nah, nigga, you gotta go do mushrooms again and go face the fucking demon, bro. Go face the shadow, bro. You understand? You gotta overcome that fear, bro. And I did that, bro. And that's how I got us where I am now, bro, because I overcame all that shit. I said, what the fuck was that? And I ran, bro. Listen to me. I got the fuck out of there, bro. You understand? But I never stopped. I took my mushrooms again and I faced it, bro. And I gave it a hug, bro. Come here, bro. I love you, bro. You understand? I overcame my fear, bro. I became one with that bitch, bro. Come here, bro. I'm not scared of none of y'all niggas, bro. I was with giants, bro. I was hanging out with fucking giants, bro. Monsters, bro. But, we're family, bro. You understand? This is me overcoming my fears on mushrooms. But you have to overcome all of these fears in order to see heaven and the good. Because once you overcome all that shit and you get to see God, nigga, he's gonna take you to heaven, bro. And once you see that shit, nigga, that's gonna change your whole life, bro. Listen to me, that's gonna change your whole life, bro. I promise you, bro. But it takes dedication, bro. You have to want it, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy, bro. That's why I call myself the psychedelic king, bro, because I overcame a lot of shit on mushrooms, bro. A lot, bro. And I saw a lot, bro. Listen to me, bro. If you saw some shit, imagine what I saw. I'll be doing 8 grams all the time, bro. 7 grams, 8 grams. I'll be seeing some shit, boy. I mean, right? I've had mushrooms. It was right next. Sure, they can have medicinal effect, but only if necessary. It shouldn't be taken to take you out of your usual frame of mind. I agree with you, bro, on that. How can you pray to your creator if you're not in the right frame of mind? All right, so you have to understand that God is a vibration. God is a vibration, bro. So with that said, mushrooms raise your vibration. Do you understand? Just like marijuana helps you, mushrooms help you. So once you raise your vibration and you begin to see these other fucking beings and realms and you start to talk to them, bro. And they start to tell you, holy shit, how'd you get over here? Yeah, bro, right? I'm on mushrooms, bro. Wow, bro. Yeah, nigga, y'all niggas exist. Yeah, we exist. Nigga, they real, bro. They ain't real because you could go back. You can go back. They remember your name. They remember everything about you, bro. You understand? So when people pass away, we think they died. They're not dead, bro. Listen to me. I could go hang out with anybody that died, bro. I could hang out with Biggie and Tupac, bro. They're alive and well, bro. They're energy, bro. Their energy, bro. They transition. They just transition, bro. And you know, they probably came back. You know, they probably got reincarnated, bro. You know, some people come back, bro. Some people choose not to come back. You know, it just depends. This is an experience. We have this for growth, bro. This helps us grow. We are gods, bro. This is part of our journeys, bro. You know, evolution, bro. So with that said, bro, you know, if you never attempted what I'm telling you, then you shouldn't be too critical because I'm telling you that I found a way to connect to God and it's with mushrooms, bro. And once you learn how to do it with mushrooms, you can learn how to practice. So that way you can do it without them. So with that said, I connect to God. I connect to my Father every single day. But I don't do mushrooms every single day, bro. I only do them once a week. You understand? So with that said, I'm able to connect and talk to my Father, my God, every single day and receive information every single day. Sober. I can give my lives and give you brand new information every single day. Sober. You understand? But when I do my mushrooms, I can traverse dimensions. I can do things I cannot normally do. You understand? It like raises my senses. It elevates everything about me, bro. I can hear an ant fart, bro. Right? I can see, nigga. I can see so much that you can't see shit that when you're not on mushrooms, bro. You understand? So I use it as a tool. I don't use it to party, right? Even though I do perform while I'm on mushrooms, I do go on the trippy journeys. I love the trippy journeys, bro. They taught me so much, bro. I am your key, bro. I am your guide, bro. Mushrooms alter your state of consciousness. Absolutely, bro. All right, that's the thing. That's the thing. Who said that? Supervillain. The fear of madness. This is where a lot of the debating comes in because people go on mushrooms and they become schizophrenic or they have these experiences and they become fearful and they never be the same again. They're never the same again. They lose their minds. People lose their minds. And bro, listen to me. I can fully understand why. I get it. I get it. It's not something that you can just come across and go, oh my God, some people just can't hack it. They can't stomach it. They can't, they'd rather stay asleep. They'd rather not know because holy fuck, what was that? What do you mean we're never alone? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean we're machines? What do you mean I'm a robot, bro? Well, if I don't tell you, who's going to tell you, bro? If I don't tell you, who's going to tell you, bro? The government wants you to be a slave. I don't want to be, I'm tired of this shit, bro. I don't want to be a slave no more, bro. You understand? So I had to figure this shit out, bro. So I figured it fucking out, bro. And guess what? Mushrooms helped me do it, bro. I fucking love y'all, bro. You understand? Because with that said, bro, I learned what we are, bro. And at the end of the day, we're energy, bro. We're energy. You could label us whatever you want. We're energy, bro. We're energy, bro. Energy does not die, bro. But look, I have to go. I have to go, bro. Look, I love y'all, bro. Stay tuned. Thank you for being here, bro. Nikola, you know what Nikola Tesla did? Before I leave, bro. Nikola Tesla found God. And he didn't know it was God, bro. This nigga didn't know. This is what I didn't understand, bro. This nigga found God and didn't know it was God. He knew, he said, it's big energy. It's a big ball of energy. I just don't know what it does. It has all this information. He knew it, bro. He fucking knew it. He just didn't know. He just didn't know, bro. He didn't know how to get in. You know, he said, I can't break. He said, I can't break it. I can't enter it. I can't enter it. Yeah, nigga, you know why you can't enter it, bro? You know why you can't enter it, bro? Because you're not one of us, bro. Because I got right into that bitch, bro. I walked right into that motherfucker, bro. Holy fuck, bro. What is this place? Right? Wow, bro. This is God. Wow, this is amazing, bro. You understand? But Nikola Tesla found it. He found it, bro. He just didn't know what it was. I found it too, and I knew exactly what it was, bro. I felt that shit with my whole body, bro. Oh my God, you're God. Wow, bro. I didn't know you existed, bro. I didn't know, bro. You understand? This is amazing, bro. So with that said, bro, Nikola Tesla, you know, God bless him, bro. You know, he did discover God. He just didn't know. You know, as smart as he was, he didn't know because he couldn't penetrate it. He couldn't just walk in the way I just fucking walked. I walked right into that shit, bro. You know, there was no question, bro. Free energy and talking in higher power. Yes, sir. What do you do for a living? Believe it or not, I'm a carpenter, bro. I'm a carpenter, bro. Jesus was a carpenter, bro. Yeah, I have to go. I would love to stay, but I have to go, bro. I love y'all, bro. Listen, I'm going to go live again tomorrow, bro, around this time, bro. So no, I'm lying. I'm going to go live on Sunday, bro. Right, so just stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, bro. I love to have y'all. I love talking to y'all, bro. Y'all made me miss the message, bro, but I'm gonna figure it out, bro. I love y'all, bro. I have to go, man.